In this video we're going to be looking at how I made these pretty little trees here using Background Designer and just a few planes and rendered them in Marmoset Toolbag. So first of all, I'm going to use Background Designer. This is the beta version 1.1, not quite released just yet because I've been reworking a lot of these brushes. So in this set there's going to be some tree stuff, and I've got these branches and bases. So I want to make a new tree base. And you can see I've just kind of done this in a hand painted style, but I don't want it to use the new colours, so I'm going to go back to the original colour. That way it's going to be easy to change it later. So I'm just going to make a nice base of a tree, and I want to keep the tree fairly straight because we're going to use 3 planes in a kind of star formation. So I just want to start using some tree trunks, so I'll go for this one. I'm just going to click that down there, and I can also use this one to get a start on the arm. Now if I don't want to go in front of the tree, I can always go to layer 9 and put this behind, and I'm also going to use it over here as well. And I'm going to use some of the big branches to start build this tree up. I'm just using X to flip horizontally. Now if I want it to flip the rotation as well, I just want to check this checkbox. That gives me something a bit better. Let's go behind that one. Blends a bit better there. There's a few big branches and there's a few smaller ones I can use. I'm just going to build this up bit by bit. Make sure I vary up the branches and scale them down and things like that. I'm not going to worry about the colour just yet. I'm leaving the colours as the red, green, blue values for the reason of being able to customise this later. Okay, I'm going to move on to the regular branches now. Start to just dot these in various places. Turn off the flip rotation so that it stays roughly the same. Placing branches down like this might seem time consuming, but it's a lot faster than trying to paint, and I'm using the mouse for this, so if you don't have a tablet then this would suit you quite well. Trying to make it look a little bit windswept all to one side. Don't worry about the branches looking too much the same because they're going to be broken up with leaves and petals and things. Okay, now I don't have any leaves loaded in here just yet, but it's easy enough to make them. Okay, so that's going to be my tree base, and what I'm going to do is just capture this. So I'm using the capture brush, and I'll call this tree body 3 because I've been making some of these recently. So you can see right away it's adopted the new colours, and we can test this out. Plop that down, and if I hold down Control and right click, it's going to start showing me what each of these colour sets is going to look like, and I can easily make some modifications. So holding down Control is going to update that. Okay, so that's going to be the tree body. I'm just going to do Control backspace to clear everything, and I'm going to go back to original colour here. I might want to keep this as it is, so I've got tree body but I don't have any leaves to put on it. So I'm going to go back to some regular brush somewhere. Let's see, I've got these little cherry flowers that I can use to make some new leaves up. or I can load in an image, or I can make my own ones, but I'll just use these for now. I'll keep them the same original color so that they've got the masks already built into them, and I'm just going to kind of make kind of leaf shapes with these, just holding down Control and holding down Shift and moving around. So that should be enough for that. I'm going to capture this. I'm just going to call this temp because I'm going to get rid of it soon. And let's go back to the original color, and I'm just going to clear everything, and I'm going to use the 3D distort mode. This lets me distort a plane, and I can replace this plane with whatever brush I click on next, and I want to use it to distort these, so I can also rotate with E and R and field of view and do some tilting things. I want something a bit like that. Okay, I'm just going to click on capture. That's given me a temporary brush here, and now that I've got this, I can use it as my leaf brush. And that's cool. So I'm going to grab my tree. I'm going to use layer 10 for the tree body, so I'll just call this tree body. I'll put that in that layer, make it kind of big like that. I still want room for leaves and things, and I'm going to click on temp, and I'll go to the layer above, and I'll call this tree leaves, and I'm going to bring it back to the original color here. It's just okay, a little bit of a bug with the additive mode there. Okay, I'm going to start kind of clicking these down. Now I don't want them all to look the same. I'm just going to add, let's just undo a bit there. I'm going to add the random scale and random flip X, random rotation. Let's add a bit of that. A tiny bit of random color, and start to bring all these in. They don't look like leaves just yet, but once I start to customize the colors, they will. So let's just do some behind here as well. Okay, that should do it. So we've got the tree leaf back as well. Tree leaf back. I know I want to switch to the preview mode because I'm going to change the colors, and that's going to affect all the colors in the layer as I bring this in. We're going to see the colors at the back change now. I'm just going to switch it to this foreground one. In fact, let's do it for the tree trunk here, and I can change these colors up for whatever I like. Go for something like that, and now I'm going to bake to commit those color changes. Let's go to this one, let's do preview, and I'm just going to choose these green tones to see how they look. I think I'm going to bring these tones up a bit. I'm going to store these colors by left clicking. Back to this one, and let's bake that. Back to this one, do preview. I'm going to darken or lighten these a bit. I think I'll just darken them a little bit. Like that. And then bake. So now have a custom tree. So I can save this out. I'm going to turn the background off. So ignore background up here. And basically just going to save this to the highest resolution, so we'll do 3 times HD and export image, and I'm just going to call it TBP for to be processed. Okay, that's it saved. I'm going to jump into Photoshop, and I'm going to open that up, and there's our tree there, fully coloured. I'm just going to go over there and trim that. I'll just do an automatic trim, trim all the edges, and I'm going to change the image size. So I could go to 048, but I just want to do 1024 as a maximum size. So I'm just going to change the height to 1024, and then I'll change the canvas size to 1024 across the way, so we've got a square texture. And I'm just going to save this as just a regular green tree. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Marmoset Toolbag. Now I've made a simple plane to put these textures on, so I'm just going to duplicate one of these out, and I'm going to call this regular green. Also group these ones. Okay, now that that's done, I'm just going to duplicate the material. Let's also rename these ones. That'll be the red maple. This one's going to be the cherry blossom. And this one's going to be our regular green. So I'm just going to load the image into Albedo. Now let's drag that over here. And I've just got a few things to fix, so I need to load in the emissive map just so that we can see it a little bit better. And now I'm just going to move it up. And I want to duplicate this, or rotate it, and I want to sort of move it into place so that it's crossing the other one, like that. Okay, maybe I want a few more, so I'm just going to rotate this a bit more and move it a bit, and duplicate again. I've made sure that I've got two-sided enabled in the mesh, so all I have to do is just turn off the curl back faces, which I've done already. I can move these into place. That's good enough if you're making some kind of game where you don't have to see the trees close up. They're going to look something like that. And that's how you make some trees, nice and easy using Background Designer, and pretty good as faraway trees. Wouldn't recommend these trees to be up close or anything, but yeah, that's how quick it is to make them, and I hope you enjoy watching this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.